All right, we good, good. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, and we go all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim,
Yep.
Yahweh Shai,
Bob
Bahashim,
Sam.
Ochaha,
Kadah.
Quadash. A peace and blessings to the whole family elect that are listening and learning, the Akim Wa Akwath Yim, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstones for teaching us his truth. And much respect to the Gabarim on the highways and hedges, and to those Gabarim making visit vacation to wake up the Lord's sheep. And lastly, salutations to the whole family elect scattered abroad, they be unto the speckled bird, as it says in the book of Jeremiah. And I have here the mighty brother here, Tay Yasharala. He's gonna
Wow.
do the
Shalom,
lesson
y'all.
today.
Shalom.
Which Khan. We just doing, a little something on I shouldn't even say a little something because it's a big something, on
Yeah,
spiritual
John.
power, man. On spiritual power. And approaching the time, you know, that's gonna be a time like never before, Jeremiah 37, which is Jacob's troubles, and everything that consists of that, horrible time. We're gonna need the spiritual powers, man. We're gonna need those abilities in order to what? To defend ourselves against the wiles of the devil. All right. So I'm gonna start in the book of First Corinthians just to get it rolling. This is First Corinthians and chapter 15, and I'm gonna start at as a matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 51. It says, "Behold, I shew you a mystery." Now the mystery is the prophecy. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. All right. So we got to remember that the Israelites were dead. What? Dead in spirit. Okay, because we transgressed the laws and we forgot our power. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai turned his face away from us. All right. But at that time of the last trump, all right. So when those missiles come in, all right, to basically finish off Babylon, man, simultaneously, which means at the exact same time, what? We're going to be called up to the chariots and we're going to receive those incorruptible bodies. All right? So I'm going to read it again. And it says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Okay? So now that we have that established, that we're going to receive these spiritual bodies, we have to go into why. Why do we need these spiritual bodies? Okay? Because it says in the book of Isaiah, right? Let's go to Isaiah, the 59th chapter. Because this is why we need spiritual powers, man. This is why we need Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to raise us up and place us in these incorruptible bodies so we can defend ourselves against what? The flood of the devil. All right, this is Isaiah 59 and 19. And it says, oops, yep. Nope.
That's it.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. So let's stop there. So we know Edom is the enemy. And when we're speaking of his flood, we're thinking about what? We think about his military power. Okay? But also, you got to remember, military is not always all about physical and explosions of war. It's about tactics. It's about strategies. It's about what's I call it? Mental control, right? Which comes with what? The unrighteous decrees, okay? Which comes with the false philosophies that's being plastered all over the place, Christianity, Catholicism, all these other different doctrines, all right? Even the doctrines that's within Israel, man. Because we know that we have these other camps that are what? That are henchmen for Esau Edom under the contracts, okay? So all these things are applied together for spiritual and mental warfare. Okay, so that's part of that flood, part of that military prowess. So
That's that propaganda machine. They gotta it's a war in your mind, like intimidation. Usually
exactly.
somebody attack you, they'll try to scare you up, knock you off your spirit, so to soften you up, so it'd be easier for them. And that's we know Esau used that tactic a lot. That's his go-to. Because really, Esau don't really want the smoke. If Esau can finesse you, he would do it that way. He likes to use deceit. That's usually how he want to work. He gonna pull that sword at the last resort. But really, especially against a formidable opponent, Esau really doesn't want the smoke. That's why he's so afraid of Jake. Esau is
Yep.
afraid of Jake, especially Jake that got the spirit of Yahweh Shah on him, because that right there, he know he can't win with that. See, Esau, he's like a bully. He want the easy target, like the easy prey, the low hanging fruit. Then
Yep.
Esau come out, big, bad, and tough. But if he looks at a formidable opponent, Jake built up that spirit, like a mighty man like King David. Then he gonna try to come be friendly, like you just said. He gonna come with that diplomacy.
Diplomacy. Yep.
Let's make a truce, a peace treaty that this devil gonna break. So go ahead,
Exactly. That's why the scripture tells you never trust thine enemy, man. You should never trust thine enemy. Okay, because all he does, he's a. I mean, they call him the devil for a reason. The scriptures call him a devil for a reason, man. The devil means what? Deceiver. Okay, he deceiveth the whole world. All right, he broke many treaties with all the nations. This is why it tells you in the book of Obadiah that all the nations that were in confederacy with thee will come against thee, because he deceived all the other nations, man. Okay, this is why we're heading into that third woe. This is why these other nations are pissed off at the great whore, man. But before that, Esau Edom's gonna come down on, like you said, it's gonna come down on Jake while all this is going on. Okay, so I'm gonna read Isaiah 59 and 19, and then I'm gonna add a precept in Revelations 12 and 12. So it says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them." Now, what's that standard? That's Yahweh Shai, which is the right arm of Yahweh. He's going to come in and do what? He's going to raise up his mighty men, all right? Give him the strength of David, all right? And the house of David should be like Yahweh, okay? To do what? To recompense tribulation upon those that troubled us, okay? But there's a reason. This is why Esau Edom is speeding things up. This is why he had a decree called Project Warp Speed. Okay, and all these other different decrees that are set to destroy Jake. Okay, and to also to accomplish his NWO. All right. So if you go to Revelations 12 and 12, and I hand you the floor out, it says, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens." Now, why are we rejoicing? Because the heavens consist of what? The elect. Those are the heavens. It's telling us to rejoice. And ye that dwell in Salakia, and ye that dwell in them. Okay? Because we have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We understand what's to come through prophecy. All right? The Spirit loved, Yahweh loveth those that dwell in wisdom. And we're constantly in wisdom. We're constantly dwelling in these scriptures, meditating all the time, measuring the times diligently, being circumspect. Okay?
That's how you dwell in the heavens.
God, that's how you dwell in the heavens, man. Revelations 12 and 12 says, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell there, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So this is why Esau Edom is speeding things up. This is why he's throwing so much at you, and at the same time, he's also he's supposed to be focused on these other nations that's about to come and whip that ass.
But he's spread too thin. He spread too thin. He got enemies abroad. He got enemies that's domestic. Like hey, they're in that trick bag.
Exactly. Yep.
They say all their enemies are coming from them at one time, and their greatest enemy is amongst them. That's what makes it so like the Ak-Kadar did a lesson with the Edomite woman talking about, you feel that in your throat. He did a lesson called the Tide's Attorney, where the Edomite chick's like, you feel that in your throat? That's your white privilege coming for you. And I don't care if you marry him, it's still coming for you. And I'll take it head on. I was like, that's Yappa right there. That's why the children are starting to feel that guilt. So they call it critical race theory. That was taught when we was in schools. That wasn't a problem. That's been taught since America been here. Now that it's been taught, now it's a problem all of a sudden. You know why it's a problem? Because now the children are feeling that guilt. They feeling that despair coming. They come back. See, the spirit is bubbling up. And not only do, we feel it, but our enemies feel it as well. They're in fear, and we over here and rejoicing because we're in the heavens. Because we feel it coming. Let's turn it up. We feeling good. Jake, putting on the garments, doing the lessons, man. I've been on fire, man, doing these lessons lately. I love being out there with the Akim and the highway and hedges. So you can feel it coming. Like we're rejoicing that their enemies from abroad, the foreign enemies, are coming on them. We like, yes, here it come. We coming too. So this devil's scared. They like what they saying. They always say, the chickens come home to roost.
Chicken comes home to roost, Con. Yep.
Yeah, they're feeling it now. Like, what was that prominent reaction? What they did in the past, everything's coming to a head at one time, and it's like the lower level Edomites can't deal with it because they had to deal with the scenario we had to deal with the whole crown thing. They got that problem. Then they got the problem, like, man, I feel like Jacob grabbed Esau's heel. So they're feeling that like Yahushua is walking them down. They're feeling that theme coming on them. Just like what you just said earlier. The devil, he's in an uproar because he has but a short time. He's feeling that pressure. It's like Tony Romo in the pocket. He's panicking. And Yahushua is like that good pass rusher about to lay that career-ending hit on his butt. Esau in the pocket, his spine is fragile. He can't take no more hits. He's on his way out the door. Like Brady, hey, it's coming. He feels it. And we're going to rejoice when that happens. So I got a precept that's going to back up what you just said, because Isaiah 59:19, that's like my favorite scripture in the whole Bible. And I see it because it talks about the standard getting lifted. Because when the standard get lifted, it's like us coming out of prison, out of jail. We get released. That's when that power going to go out. That's when it's going to be, it's not going to be debatable no more if there's a higher power. You're going to see it. Because the Most High is going to show his power through his men. So this is Zechariah 12:8. And it reads, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel Lord before them. So the weakest of us in our nation, the weakest of us is going to be like King David. King David, slayed 10,000 men. That's a mighty man. Then it said the ones, that was feeble of us, the ones that are strong, going to be like as Yahweh. So that wraps up with Psalms 82:6. You're going to see gods on this earth, like that movie Eternals, X-Men. You're going to see men do powers that, even AI can't explain. AI going to bust a circuit trying to compute stuff that is seen. The little monsters of men, the little droids, even they going to be like, this doesn't compute. This man is flying at supersonic speeds and shooting X-ray beams out his eyes. Man, that Esau ain't got nothing for that. That's when the kingdom is going to be Yahweh Bashan Yahushai's. Because you're going to have your mighty men. I said, Esau showed you that in the movie Eternals. That's what's about to happen. And he feels it. And with all his technology, he has nothing to combat that. The best thing they got is nukes, which Yahushua going to use that to take down their own kingdom.
Take him out. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like that movie Independence Day. They're going to just nuke their own place. So really there's nothing they can do. This devil is now helpless. Because for us getting this knowledge, kicking out this word, this wisdom, that's a part of it. We're getting our instructions. Because now we're going to be ruling once we get this power. So Yahushua not giving us this power to be reckless with it, just be out doing tricks and that. No, we're getting this power to establish a kingdom. So first you get the instructions, then you get the power. And the devil is seeing that, and it's like there's nothing they can do to combat it at all. They putting out, like I said, their misinformation, propaganda's not working no more. The men of the Lord are seeing right through this devil, calling it out. Then it's spreading like wildfire to where even Esau see it. Esau like, hey man, the best we can hope for is slavery. Some of them are getting ready. They're getting their skills together. Like,
they accepting
my master good to me.
They accepting it. Exactly. They accepting it, man. And that's a beautiful thing too, because not only yes, we're going to receive the spiritual powers and new bodies, but us standing in this great boldness, prophesying against Mount Seir, bringing down the judgments, you know what I'm saying? It's another form of spiritual strength as well. Okay? And Esau Edom is scared. Like you say, Esau Edom is scared because they're so used to us being docile. They're so used to us being clowns, being thugs. You know what I'm saying? They can't fathom a so-called Negro standing up and actually professing the true wisdom and understanding of the scriptures, man. They're like, yo, who are these Negroes telling us that we're the inferior race? That we're going to be placed in slavery. All right? This is Wisdom of Solomon. That's the spirit. Wisdom of Solomon 5. In verse 1, it says, then shall the righteous man, means the men of the Lord, the prophets that's out there in the highways and hedges doing videos. It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness
Mm,
before the face of such as have afflicted him. So that's Esau and all
mm.
these other nations too, pertaining to Psalms 83. Okay? And it says, and made no account of his labors. So still to this day, they don't make account of our labors, man. We be working 30, 40 hours a week at the plantations. Okay? And they don't care. You have
No.
a perfect example. We talked about this too. And I don't mean to veer off, but at certain jobs that I've worked at, especially this one that I'm at now, that I've been there for years. All right? I got experience in 3 departments, so on and so forth. But they give it to what? They give it to their own that's been there for like 2 or 3 months. They give them a position. They give them a thing of recognition. Okay? Because this stems back into all the captivities that we were placed in. They never made account of our labors. They say, hey, either work or shut up. And still to this day, while the men of the Lord are out there professing the Lord, they're walking by and doing what? Making snide remarks, talking about go get a job, you're broke, you're racist, all type of stuff.
And like
Okay?
you say, what it is, they don't want to elevate the men of the Lord because they don't want
Nope.
to elevate Yahweh Bashem Shah. Elevating us elevates Yahweh Bashem Shah, and they are the anti-Hamashiach, the
Hamashiach.
antichrist.
Yep.
So they want to do the opposite. So we was cooned out or momoed out, then they'll push us up. You have to throw off all your righteousness to be elevated in this wicked queendom.
Yep.
I notice any trace of Yahweh Bashem Shah, and they're going to automatically keep it at the bottom, which goes in that precept, loosely paraphrasing, the rich sit in a low place.
Folly singer, that's a spirit. Yep.
And Folly is, setting great dignity, but the rich sit in a low place. And now I understand that precept because anybody with the spirit of the Lord, they're not going to elevate you because these devils don't like the Lord. It's like a stinky stench to them. As soon as they smell it, like, this man standing up, chest out, calling himself, the chosen people. Who is he?
Yep.
Even though our people built the kingdom that they got, starting with the northern tribe, the Native Americans, the Hispanics, because they were here first, then they went overseas, grabbed the southern tribe and made them work in their fields and stole the ideas, the automobile, all the inventions. They wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for Yasharala. When I look at Esau, he's like a vampire. He has to suck the life force and the labor of Yasharala to even survive. They don't like sunlight. And you put the cross to them, and it's kind of like coming with the truth. Hey, it burns them devils, man. So they're the vampires. They told you who they were in the movies, man. And now they're scared. This is why they got rid of Wesley Snipes. They didn't like the way he portrayed Blade. Blade struck fear in them. You got a Jake with a sword, and that's like this word we handling. And what we doing? Slice it through them damn devils, man.
Yep.
So that was like, to me, that movie was symbolic of like now Yasharala has put on their power, which is Yahweh Bashem Shah. And like you said earlier, we're standing in great boldness with the declaring it. That wasn't happening big time in the 60s. You had that civil rights coon nigga movement, Black Panther, the nigga, kind of like a hood nigga. Those the hood niggas before the hood nigga, the Black Panthers. Esau can spin them. Esau can spin them every which way he want to. But with the men of the Lord, like you just read, that with that wisdom, that spiritual wisdom, Esau can't spin us. Therefore, if how Esau do, if I can't control it, I don't. If he can't control it, I destroy it. That's how Esau get down. So now with the Rakakadash getting turned up, men of the Lord coming in, House of David's getting filled up. It's so many of us, it's overwhelming this devil. And now he's looking to exterminate Yasharala because there's a movement in here that I can't stifle. Even though I got other camps set up, you still got brothers coming to the true camp, the organic, the House of David is still reigning out. And it's killing these other camps. The other camps are falling off. They're waxing worse, because they can't keep up. Because Yahweh Shah is beaming on this place. So now this devil like, I got to turn up. The only way he can turn up, bring out the sword. And I'm not going to sit here and take my time to pick and choose who is of Yasharala, who's not. I'm going to just exterminate all of them. They're trying to stop the wedding, because the wedding is Yahweh Shah and the elect nation of Israel. That's the wedding. When those two come into connection, the devil goes into slavery. So the only I see the devil's tactic is I'm gonna destroy them. Then who can he come back to save? That's why they have a space force. That's why I look at this little surgery like you can't combat what we're saying. The devil is now acknowledging the fact he has a space force. He talking about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The devil is scared. So what we saying has a lot of validity. There's a lot of power because what we're speaking is the truth. Now this devil, and what's so beautiful about it, he can't focus on us like you said earlier. He can't focus on us like he want to because he has to focus on Esau coming from the East Coast.
Yep.
Yeah. He got to focus his own coming for him. So they ain't like, now I got that problem. I got this problem. You know, hey, it ain't looking good, man. Is my bunker ready? Is my right. Blue Origin or SpaceX, is that ready? Is my ship ready? I got to get out of here. You know? Because when these men, because like the elites know what's about to happen. They know the word. They got the original Bible and they Vatican library. They got the scrolls. These devils know. So the Pope part told them like, hey, man, once that fathership get here and they turn up, hey, that's it.
It is.
So, hey, it's a wrap. You better enjoy the last little seconds you got. Go get a drink. Grab you some little boys. And do what you gonna do.
They're gonna do all type of wickedness, man. They better
do it up, man. Go get to drink children blood in a minute. What they call it, adrenochrome. That's over with. They little wicked pity party, little escapades on islands. That's over with. You know, righteousness gonna rain out. They know they back about to get whipped. So this devil, he's in a trick bag. Man. All we gotta do is stay the course. Power's coming.
Yep,
it's on the way. It's quickly on the way now because, like you see, hey, Esau scrambling. They all scrambling for the last little bit of resources that's gonna come to our pockets anyway. Then we gonna issue out what you get to have and who get to be over here. You know, that rod of iron gonna come out then. That's how we gonna get it. What's that? Psalms 2:8. That's why I love our King David. He laid it out there for us. What's gonna happen? Yep. You know, mighty prophet. He said we're gonna get the heathen for inheritance.
Yep. Heathen for an inheritance, man. We're gonna have our foot on their necks, man.
God.
Beautiful. But you brought something. Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc. I was just gonna make it to say they're gonna be picking my greens. You know, I ain't gonna worry about the cotton, but my greens, and you better pick that, Esau. And you better make your quota.
Exactly, man. But you brought us something that's very important. That's what's happening now. Because you said that, hey, these Jakes are waking up, man. So what do we have left to do? Just scrounge them all up and try to exterminate all of them. All right. So I got some scriptures here. This is the book of Jeremiah. Check this out. Jeremiah, the 46th chapter. And I'm going to start at verse 7. And it says, who is that cometh up as a flood, whose waters are moved as the rivers? It says, verse 8, Egypt rises up like a flood. Now, Egypt is synonymous to what? To bondage, the house of bondage. Okay? America, spiritual Egypt, all the captivities that we were held in. That's what Babylon, aka America, represents. Okay? And it says, Egypt rises up like a flood, and his waters are moved like the rivers. And so he's going to come down with what we just read. He come down with the great, okay, with pressure from beneath and pressure from above. And it says, and he saith, I will go up and I will cover the earth and I will destroy the city and the inhabitants thereof. So this is the mindset of Esau Edom, because he's between a rock and a hard place. We got Israel waking up. We have Joe Dirts getting their shotguns ready. We got doomsday preppers. And we also have the other nations that are actually joining for that final third woe, man, World War III. So I'm gonna go into St. Mark and check this out. St. Mark, chapter 13 and verse 19. It says, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation which Yahweh created unto this time, neither shall be. Going back to what? Jeremiah 30:7, the day of Jacob's troubles. Okay? And check this out. It says, and except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. Why? Because Esau wants to destroy everything now, man. God. He wants to As a matter of fact, I was watching a movie called Replicants, I think, with Keanu Reeves. And basically that was about transferring the human consciousness into a synthetic body. Okay? But at that time, I think like he failed the first trial. So what he did was, I don't want to tell the whole movie, but his family ended up perishing in a car accident. And what he did was he cloned them and took the consciousness of his family and placed it in the clone bodies. So this is basically telling you that Esau Edom wants to basically what Yahweh Shem Yahshua has created. Okay, basically destroying what's perfect. Okay, and going back to what he did, I guess at the end he accomplished the human transferring the human consciousness into machines. And this is probably what they already have done, because you brought up a movie called Monsters of Men, and you had me read that, how Monsters of Men had their own artificial intelligence, and it was one specific android or cyborg that developed its own AI. Okay, so these are the type of instruments of and weaponry and military tactics that's a part of that flood, which Esau is going to implement and impose all over the cities of America, okay, to destroy Jake, most importantly. So
same thing with the X-Men and the Sentinels.
exactly,
Same thing. That's why we'll need that spiritual power, because a gun is only going to get you so far. These things are made with real thick steel. Your gun is not going to get you past these things, man.
Exactly.
You're going to need something like, when I look into Superman, like Superman's name, like we said earlier, is Kal-El, all powerful. You got abilities like that. What's the droid on that, man? That's going to be like toys to you to rip up, rip through. It's nothing.
Yep.
You're going to see that. And then like Superman got his power from the sun. Who that sun represent? That's Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai, man. God. Yep. That's Yahweh Shai, man. And Esau Edom knows the scriptures. See, the elites, I should say. Because you got low-level Esau Edomites, they don't know shit, man. They claim they know, but they don't know shit. They don't even study to show that self-approved. And Yahweh Shem Yahshua didn't even place that spirit in them because they're wicked anyways. All right? But the elites, they know the scriptures. Okay? So what do? They pray to the left-hand side. All right? But they know that their time is up. This is why they're implementing so many unrighteous decrees. With what's big over the news? The protests, the trucker protests, all right? It first started in Canada. Now you have American truckers to join that convoy. And this is going to lead into what? 2nd Ezra 6:22. How the storehouses or the supermarkets, the grocery stores, the bodegas, all types of stores that have food and other things, it's going to be what? Empty. So this is going to cause the people to go amok. 2nd Ezra 15 is going to hit. Okay? It's going to be all types of chaos, man. Well, it tells you in the book of Matthew that the love of many shall wax cold. So like this is all, exactly. This is all planned by Esau Edom. Okay? To what? To destroy, to kill, and to slaughter. Because when you think about it, when you think about this, the more the people come against each other and kill each other, that's going to be less resistance.
Let the people do the work for me.
Exactly.
Esau get down. Like, he don't want to get his hands dirty. I'll just take the food away, like a bunch of dogs, and just let them scrap for whatever's left. No order out of chaos. They're creating, this is control, like you said, control chaos. They're creating this scenario. You got these billionaires, it ain't got to go down like that. They got enough money they can release where everybody can have plenty, but they're not doing it. They're pulling back because, like you said, they want the people to destroy themselves. And they're hoping Yahshua, destroys themselves. They're like I look at Chicago. That's an experiment for what they want to do, nationwide. How they did in Chicago. In Chicago, what? Jake killed Jake, So they want to connect that scenario to where, I just pit them against each other. That way I ain't got to come out my office. I don't have to come out my bunker. And hopefully when I come out, they destroyed themselves. That's what they're hoping. But they know deep down inside that Yahweh Shai is going to protect the hopeful elect. So they have little things put back like, okay, once we get those so many numbers, just like this whole crown situation, that was a sifting. That was the takeout numbers. They got people to willingly take themselves out. So what they're going to do is I'm going to pick off what's left. You know,
Yep.
like you said earlier, they're just doing war tactics.
It
War tactics,
is.
guerrilla tactics. I move a little bit here, move a little bit there.
Yep.
Throw out some pestilence, some plagues. See how that works. Throw here. Okay, this is my strongest opposition. You know, activate the drones. You know, Johnson, get those going.
Yep.
Those men are pretty
Yep.
strong over there. So I'm gonna need to send some military work over in that area. Now, this group over here, they're gonna kill themselves. They don't know how to fend for themselves. For some reason, these men over here still have substance. I don't know what that is, but looks like, you know, we need to activate our military over there. Get some drone strikes going.
Yep.
Try to knock that off. Like Black Wall Street. We thrive when Esau left us alone. You know, when Esau leaves us alone, we'll thrive. That's why, unlike a 2/3 Jake, we're not afraid of the coming destruction because we're not going to thrive in that time because then Esau will leave us alone. If we've been left alone, we'll thrive. You know, the reason we can't do it now, because I get a lot of 2/3 Jakes plantation say that now, like, why we can't come back and do that again? And what we trip me out who say that, be a 2/3 nigga, a thug nigga. You know what I say to them? Gangster stuff messed it up. You know, that blood stuff messed it up. So we can't all come together no more. It's too much division. You know, so what Esau did was because now they got to create division in their own nation. You know, because they look at it like only the elites should be able to repopulate the earth. So they're the lower level Edomites are collateral damage. You know, so they look at this thing like I have to offset this power that these people got coming back. Because like you said earlier, us proclaiming this truth, standing in great boldness, they have shook this devil because they're seeing something they never thought would happen. Because like the scriptures say, we coming back alive. They're like, we done spent billions of dollars. We done went thousands of years breaking these people down, taking them away from their heritage, making sure they never come back to that knowledge, spinning lies, which plantates Christianity, setting up churches, false movements like civil rights. For this to come back, they're like, man, that was the impossible. How these people come back into that knowledge, man? What the? I can't believe it. That's sitting back in unbelief. Like, how did this happen? And now that they coming back into that, now they're coming back strong. The women are coming to order. The men are coming in order. We have children 3 and 7 years old. Know the names of the Most High. Know the names of Yahweh Shah. They like, you know, this devil, like you said, hey, he shook. They in their office, you know, they in there peeing on themselves. Like, they come see our video right now. They spit their coffee out. Like, oh man, what the, you know? They look at every city. They got them in every city. Get Bill on the phone. Your stuff didn't work good enough, man. They didn't go for it, man. We gotta come harder. You know?
Yep.
Cyber
like,
attack.
And this is why it tells you that it says in the verse 20 of Mark chapter 13, it says, and except the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened those days. See, this is why. Because if the days haven't been shortened, no flesh will be saved. Esau, Edom would have had killed people, would have had transferred human consciousness into machines. You know, they already want to implement that thing, you know, in the right hand and in the forehead. They want to make you what? A cyborg. They want to make you a cybernetic slave. That's what they want. And they also, the most importantly, is what? They want Jake, Most High's elect, Yahweh Shem Shah's elect, what? To give up the Most High and to worship Esau as God, man.
That's the goal. Yeah,
that's what he wants. That's what he wants. This is
they got the 2/3.
Yeah, they already got the 2/3, man. They want to destroy the elect. That's what they want. They want to try to steal back that birthright. If we can't have the birthright, well, guess what? You can't have it either. That's the mentality of Esau Edom. He's like a damn baby, a sore loser. You know? I mean, come on. He wept to Isaac. Oh, do I get a blessing too? You know? And Isaac, which was Yahweh Shai, blessed him what? He gave him the fatness of the earth and with the sword. And that still wasn't good enough for Esau, man.
Because he knew in his heart that his birthright was second best. He knew it because the sword and the fatness of earth can't overcome the birthright. Birthright means you always going to continue. Exactly. So Esau seen what I seen. What Jacob was blessed with was the keys to the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven was given to Jacob when he got the birthright. Because birthright, really, you think about it, that's a form of immortality. If you keep being born, your birth continues. It never stops. That's the kingdom of heaven. His stuff comes to an end. The fatness of earth coming to an end. The sword coming to an end. You know, it's second rate. What he was given was a belt to whoop on Jake when Jake act up. That's what he was given. You know, and that was only for us to get right. Now that we're getting right, because that's the only way you have a kingdom. We got to stay in sin. When we stay in sin, Esau has a place. He has a kingdom. That's why they keep everything sick. That's why they keep a wicked kingdom going, because they thrive in that environment. They're like a catfish. You know, they thrive in murky, nasty water. You know, we're clean. We need a clean kingdom. You know, so the devil, he don't want the water getting clean. When the water getting clean, hey, you know, in a minute, he's going to be done away with, man. The hook coming. You about to be on the frying plate in a minute. You're going to get ate up. You know? So, now I got a precept that's going to go with what I was saying earlier. How, like, you know, we was broken down, downtrodden. You know, it looked like we had no hope. And this is 1 Corinthians 2:3. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of Yahweh. That's why this ministry is so scared to these devils, because it's not of men. This is the words of Yahweh Bashiach Shah, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. You know, and it's a lot of power in that, because the devil, like you said earlier, the elites know about this power. You know, what they try to do was disconnect us from our heritage. That way he can stay in rulership. With us coming back into it and declaring it, hey, there's nothing this devil can do. You know, especially when, like, if we found in the good graces, like, everything this devil got is not going to work. And it's going to fall back on his own head. And he knows that. Like I said, that's why they try to do transhumanism. Like that movie, the Avenger movies. That's why they had Iron Man as the lead dude right there. You know, they looking, Esau looking for technology to save him. So if I put this device in your body, which, you know, gives me rulership over you according to the law, your law, because you said, you know, this devil done read Exodus. He know about that. So he's just taking what, you know, Moses said with the owl through the ear, and he's putting a technological spin on it. Therefore, I can track you and know where you at. Then I'll cut you off from your power. Now I own you. Therefore, how about your shot will no longer hear you? Because right now we're hollering out to him. Like this video pistol we doing, these lessons, the highway and hedges, that's calling out to our power. He heard that. You know, and this awakening we're on is blooming harder than I ever seen in my lifetime. Because like you say, when we was younger, we wasn't seeing a bunch of Hebrew Israelites on the block, on the corner. You wasn't seeing that. Now you see, you got about 1,000 some camps. You know, some one being the truth, but it's a lot of camps. You know, they are pushing out the Hebrew Israelite vibe. You know, doing that, so people can come back, search the fields, see who got the truth, and find their way to the GMS, which is the House of David. That's happening. It's on full display. There's too many camps now. Now it's so big. You got mainstream rap artists know about it. You got athletes that know about it. Like, and this thing is just getting started. It's really picking up more and more steam. More people coming into the truth. That has this devil terrified. And then the ones that been in it, that's getting nurtured, you know, that's found acceptable. How about you? They're gonna get that spiritual power. Once that standard gets lifted up, like you say, like you taught in your lesson, that twinkling of an eye, when that switches and changes, hey, like in that movie I just said, Marvin, when Yahushua snap his fingers, hey, and then hopefully get that power, it's a wrap. Hey, we know what to do with it. Ain't gonna be no, I got the power and I'm just using this to show off. No, man, this is here to round up the heathen, to auction them off to the rest of the nation. You know, and to clean up, we're gonna be destroying refineries if it didn't get blew up by the nuclear missiles, but refineries gonna be destroyed, strongholds are gonna be broken down, and things are gonna be cleaned up. You know, all that technology is gonna be destroyed when that happens, and we on cleanup mission. You know, we're gonna be setting up the feast days, how holy days gonna be set up. They're gonna be auctions, like I said, and you know it's gonna be a whole cleansing process. And the devil knows it, and it's gonna happen quickly. So that's why, like you said earlier, this devil has but a short time because he knows it's coming quick. And really, when you look at it, he's behind the clock. The devil's really late. Hey, he got to throw Hail Marys now. He's like, it's 2 minutes. He's down by like 100. So I'm
Yep.
like, because really that's why it's called the 19. They were supposed to have this capped off in 2019. It's what 2022.
2022.
You
Yep.
behind the clock, Esau. What
Behind.
you
You
doing?
behind, man. You running behind.
Yeah, you running behind. To me, they look good.
Uh-huh.
Even your own is waking up. Esau, like, I don't want to participate with this thing no more.
Yep.
I'm not rolling sleeves up no more. So even your own people bucking up. So I'm looking at Esau like, hey, it ain't looking good for you, man. You got Edomites from the east coming. You Edomites in your own country don't like you. We don't like you. You got the heathens. When you know when Hamites are talking noise to Esau, it's a rap. And Hamite, that's like Esau's biggest cheerleader. Ham don't like Esau no more. So that's what I'm looking like, hey, I call her like, how about you have shy every day? Because I'm like, it's a rap. Moab don't like Esau no more.
Ammon.
Hey, that's one of his biggest cheerleaders. I'm like, Moab don't like Esau no more? Hey, it's a rap. You're done, devil. Like these other nations, somebody showed me a clip earlier. It was an Ishmaelite chick. And they was asking her, I think they asked her like, what is we gonna do about these other countries having Iran? They're talking about Iran. What are we gonna do about them having nuclear missiles and they are threatening their terrorists? She was like, how I look at it, really, America's the terrorist. We gotta be worried about America's nukes. You know, y'all the one that nuked somebody. Anybody else did it. And dudes look like the chick was like, what? You're American. Why would you say that? You're like, ain't nobody cool enough for you no more.
Exactly.
You've been revealed, Esau.
Yep.
You know, you've been stripped. You've been made bare. Everybody knows you're the wicked. Like, I'm looking forward to the day now, where everybody gonna call them the Antichrist and call them the devil. Even though it's happening.
Yeah.
But it's going to increase more. You're gonna have little children like, you know, that's the devil right there. And hey, Esau gonna go haywire.
Esau's finished, man. He's done.
The Karens are going crazy. I seen the Karen on news. Everybody thinks I'm the devil. I'm like, cause you are. You know? Now it's known. And she thought crying. And then everybody looking at her like, hey, I got sympathy for you. You know, you got to reap what you sow. You did it.
Exactly. Con. Yep.
You know? And like the scripture say, you got to drink from that cup now.
It's your
turn to drink from the cup. It's our turn to get our rest.
Yep.
So now the mighty men of David, like King David, are coming back. You know, hey, their flag is getting raised. That Yahweh Shah getting raised. You know, the Paleo Hebrew symbols getting raised up.
Yep.
You know, youngins are like, you know, they feeling the momentum. They all Yahweh Shah. Hey, it's kingdom time. It's kingdom time.
Kingdom time, man.
We can feel it. You know,
this is a good precept by servant of Yahweh Shalom, and Shalom to the Akwath and the Akim on the comment board.
Shalom.
See if it's on the screen. This is Ezekiel 3 and 30 and 3, and it says, "For the day is near, even the day of the Lord Yahweh is near a cloudy. It shall be the time of the heathen," and that's what it's talking about, man. It's talking about Esau, Edom's end. All right. It tells you in the book of Job that the triumph of the wicked shall be for a moment. So they in rulership just for a moment. This is why Esau, Edom, is gathering himself, gathering his intelligence and power on the left hand side to just bring the hammer down. Okay, if he can't have the birthright, no one can. Okay, so the brother brought up that Esau, Edom is scared now because the men of the Lord are rising up. Okay, the truth of these scriptures is being declared. As a matter of fact, let me go to Second Ezra. Check this out.
Yeah,
Second
Ezra, my favorite
chapter. It says Second Ezra 6 and 27. I'm sorry, verse 27. For evil shall be put out. Esau, Edom's going to be put out, and deceit, Esau, Edom again, because he's the devil, the deceiver, shall be quenched. As for faith, and these men are standing in great boldness in the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, because why? Because this truth was hidden. This truth was hidden for a time, because we fell out of the way. This is why it calls it the valley of the dry bones. Okay, because there was no truth. There was no truth in us because we fell out the way, and we're in the valley of the shadow of death. So the light is what? The law, statutes, the commandments of the Heavenly Father, this doctrine. So while we was in darkness, we were dry. We didn't have the living waters. However, now that we have this truth, Baruch 2 and 30 tells you what? In the land of the captivities, they shall remember themselves. So not only are we remembering ourselves and who we are, but we're also remembering what? This doctrine and the names of the Lord and his son, which is Yahweh Shai. The Lord being Yahweh and his son being Yahweh Shai. So I'm going to read it again. This is 2nd Ezra 6 in verse 27. For evil shall be put out and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Woo!
The truth is being declared. It tells you in the scriptures that what? That this gospel should be preached to the four corners of the earth, and the end shall come, roughly paraphrasing. So while this is happening, Esau, Edom up there in the secret councils are shaking and sweating in their boots, man. They know their time is up, man. So Esau, Edom being a sore loser and a child, he's going to cry and he's going to come down with great wrath to kill everybody. But we know that Esau, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai tells you what in Isaiah 59:19 that standard is going to be lit. And what is that standard? The men of the Lord rising with spiritual powers. All right, they're going to be a battle, sharp threshing instrument, man.
Woo. All right, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Hey, and we got that vengeance too. Like we have no love for Esau.
No love,
man. The King David. We got the spirit of Yahweh. Hey, only mercy you gonna get is being a slave. That's being it.
Yep.
That's my life. We're gonna continue. Keep going out.
You got anything out? Okay, con. So
yeah, I'm good. This light went out, but we all good. I got a precept to back you up too. I got a precept to back you up. This is 2 Timothy 1:6. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of Yahweh, which is in thee, by the putting on of my hands, for Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. That what got them devils scared. They like, hold up. Why they not fearing me like Pookie and Ray Ray? Why is he not seeking my riches? Why is he not seeking my dandies? Why are these people calling on Yahweh Shai and they're walking in a different fashion? What's this out here, the law, statutes, commandments? What is that? You know what? They're not eating pork no more. What? He ain't smoking his blacks. He not drinking his 40s. Oh man, we in trouble. Get Bill on the phone and tell him to hurry it up. You know, because I feel that power coming. They're starting to remember themselves. Because we know who they. Esau know who we are. Yeah. The thing is now we have to remember who we are, and that's what got these devils like you said earlier, man. These devils in great fear, and like I said, they're behind. You know, and really, I'm looking. They got an L coming. They have a straight L coming. There is no remedy for this. You know, like I said in the scriptures, we would have healed Babylon, but Babylon is not healed. Therefore, there's nothing you can do except, you know, get yourself ready to be a good slave. You know, hope your master don't put that whip on your back. Now you gotta hope to be a house nigga. Hope you in there like, you know. Who that Edomite on that nanny? You know what I'm saying? They'll let him in the big house. That's gonna be them.
Well, man, but it's beautiful because you brought up that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, right? And how did we receive? And when you think about it, what has that power and that gift of faith done to us? Well, let's go into Isaiah 40, and I'm gonna start at verse 29, and it says, "He had given power to the faint." Who were the faint? The Israelites, because we were being worn out, man. See, that was Esau, Edom's goal, was to wear out the saints. Okay, but now that we have this wisdom understanding, we're being what? We're being brought back up. We're being raised up on our feet. This is why we're standing in great boldness, pertaining to wisdom of Solomon. All right. So wisdom of Solomon 5:1. So this is Isaiah 40 and 29. It says, "He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength." And this is what we're doing. We're occupying until Yahweh Bashem Yahushai comes. All right? We're waiting patiently until Yahweh Shai rises up to the prey. All right? So 31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles." And you brought up what? Superman. Superman be flying, you know? Come on now. They
Supersonic
shall
speed.
run, con. They shall run, and who's the Flash?
Flash.
You know what I'm saying? And not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. You see that? So now that we're alive in the spirit, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will grant us that strength which will never cease. Okay? You brought up that what? That I think it was in Zechariah 12 and 8 that we should be like David, and the house of David should be like unto Yahweh. So we're gonna be what? We're gonna be in those immortal angelic bodies, man. Perfect. We'll never go off. We'll be bending bows of steel in our arm, as it says in what? 2 Samuel. It tells you in 2 Samuel that we be bending bows of steel, man. Going back to Superman, Man of Steel.
To let you know, these devils know. They read our scriptures, man. That's where they got Samson is Incredible Hulk.
Yep.
You just brought up Run Fast and Not Be Weird. That's Flash.
Yep.
You Fly, that's Superman. So these devils know the scriptures. You know, they just don't want Jake to know the scriptures. They got the truth, well, form of the truth, because they can't go into like we can. And they gave up that what you said all the time, that Greek mythology with biblical characters. Yep. That's all what Spanish Christianity is. You know, gave us a fairy tale and had Jake dance and run around like a damn fool, and let that be like that's been dominating our people for generations. Like it's so instilled in the old generation, they can't come out of that. They like, Jesus over here, and Jesus' name, run around, act crazy in the church houses.
Yep, you know, they're in the spirits, man.
Esau can dominate. You know, he looked at that like, okay, it's going, but then he looked at us on the highway ahead, just like, what is this?
Yep.
They are figuring it out, and that's because we're at the latter days. Yahweh Shah's pouring the spirit out, which is their wisdom. Now we're getting back to the truth. You know, we ain't calling ourselves African Americans, Hispanics, Native Americans, and speaks and things of that nature, and niggas. Like we don't look to be a real nigga as something to accomplish in life, because a nigga is dumb. Niggas is about to die. No, man.
On that too.
Yeah, we looking to be mighty man of Yahweh Shah Shah. We looking to be Yashar Allah.
Yep.
Paleo Hebrew coming back. Hey, what the heck? They speaking their language again? What? I don't like this. This isn't good for us. Throw another camp up there to throw them off. Oh man, the camp fighting with each other. That ain't working. Is my ship ready?
Take him out, man.
Yeah, gotta fire the cruise missiles up. What's that doing?
Yep.
What the heck? What a UFO came and blew up the cruise missiles? Oh man, that's why they got a space force. These devils know what's coming. They know what's up. Yep. It's not gonna help them, man. They're going to fail at everything they do. That's why I'm like, the best thing you can do is like, oh girl, just lay down. You know, hope you got a good master. You know, you better hope you don't get me, because hey, it ain't gonna be nothing pretty at all.
Hard labor, man. Put y'all freaking juniper eating cave dwellers through hard labor, man. Fuck, man. But yeah, but you know,
go ahead.
Come, bring out your precept out.
Okay. I'm gonna come with Hebrews 6:4. You know, and it reads, "For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Rakah Kadash and have tasted the good word of Yahweh and the powers of the world to come."
Woo!
Powers of the world to come. So they know, hey, Esau feeling that new world coming, because Esau's the end of the world. Jacob was the beginning of that follows. It is coming. You know, the world not about to end. Your world gonna end. Your wickedness gonna end. Your party gonna end. Ours is just getting started. You know, with these teachings, you know, these video pistols, starting from the apostle elders on down, we just getting started. You know, we just clearing our throat. You know, how about Shasha just not cracking his fingers? Wait till he put that Rakakadash on brothers. Give them that, like you said, that standard get lifted to get that spiritual power.
Yep.
Oh man, hey, Esau might, hey, they gonna give it to Ghost when they see that. They see a Jake flying at supersonic speed, like on Brightburn. Hey, he's gonna have a heart attack. He gonna be stumbling, can't even speak. You know, as soon as you land down real hard, shake the ground, You know, or powering
Mm-hmm.
up like Dragon Ball Z or something like that.
Yep.
Hey, Esau be.
They won't even know what to say, man. That's why it tells you that. As a matter of fact, that's a spirit, Ak, because let me go back to Wisdom of Solomon real quick. That's beautiful that you brought that out. Let me go to Wisdom
Spirit,
of Solomon real quick, man. That's the spirit, man. That was beautiful. Because when you go to chapter, where is it? Hold on. Let me get this real quick. So it says, check this out, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. And
Woo.
shall be amazed at the strangeness, because that's strange to them. See the Jake Shroom, we only see this in what? In the movies, man. What's going on
God.
here? It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Speaking of the elect, the 144,000 mighty men, so far beyond all that they looked for. So they, so they're like, yo, what the hell is going on?
God.
Where's the strings? Where's the set? Where's the cameras? Nah, man, this is live. This is live and in your face. The righteous men who have been prophesying, telling you that this is going to happen. You made account. You didn't make any account of their labors, man. So guess what? Now it's right smack in front of your face, and now you're gonna be like you say. You're gonna be like,
They gonna be
hey,
stumbling, Mark. They gonna do like what some of our forefathers did. When they see it, they gonna fall on their face and they gonna
yep,
be begging for their life. That's all they can do. They're gonna fall on their face and just be, fainting. They're gonna like the scripture say all the time. They're gonna faint out, pass out. I
exactly.
can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
This dude just ripped up 3 tanks and he coming for me.
Exactly.
What I'm supposed to do?
And if you continue, it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he who we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of a reproach, going back to what? Deuteronomy 28 and 37, that we are borrowed and proverb amongst all the nations, especially Esau, calling us the N-word, calling us coons, spicks, wetbacks, so on and so forth. So they're like, yo, these are the Negroes that we placed in the ghettos, that are always last hired, first fired. That's always in being a thug or a whore, so on and so forth. These are the children of the Lord, So it says, verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. You see that? So that even shows you right there how they look at it still today. When brothers are out there preaching the word, they look at them as, yo, these dudes are crazy. These dudes they're mad because they didn't get their welfare check or whatever. Okay? But when we receive those heavenly bodies and that spiritual power, when the chariots crack the skies, period.
God.
And they see a whole bunch of Negroes, Hispanics, Seminole and Native Americans being beamed up, while all these Edomites are running for their lives, man. They're gonna be like, yo, those are the children of the Lord. Oh, hell yeah, it is. The elect are standing in great boldness right before your face. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is using his prophets, which are the mouthpiece, to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, man. And to bring judgment upon you Edomites. We're not going to no longer be in these decrepit bodies, man. Okay? Going back to the feature scripture, in the twinkling of an eye, we shall be changed. And it tells you again, in verse 2 of chapter 5 of Wisdom of Solomon, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Give up some hope.
Come on now.
Speechless,
man. They're not going to know what to say. They're going to remember all the things that they said and all the things they've done. Okay? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to put it before their face. This is what you did to my servant. You did that to my servant. Remember what you said about my servant over there? Come on, man. They're going to listen, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing. We're going to have the strength of 10 men, man, strength of angels. Okay? And then when we're brought back on the earth, I think I brought up I'm getting excited, Salakia. It's I'm in the spirit. But I think it was Jeremiah. I'm gonna bring this out, Ak, and I'm gonna give you the floor. But I'm gonna go to Jeremiah real quick. Oh, as a matter of fact, that's the spirit real quick. Let me get something real quick, and I go to Jeremiah.
Okay, I got something to back you up on what you just said.
Come. Let's see. So if you go to Psalms, and I'll let you throw out your precept, it says, this is Psalms 110 and verse 1, and it says, the Lord Yahweh said unto my Lord with Yahweh Shai, sit thou at my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of my strength out of Zion, rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Now here's the point. Verse 3 says, thy people shall be with thy power when we receive what? The spiritual bodies, right? When we change in the twinkling of an eye, when we have the incorruptible bodies. And it says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness, from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. Going back to what? That we have what? The strength is David. All right. Going back to Isaiah, the 40th chapter, when it says that he giveth power to the faint. Okay. So this all ties in together of what? Spiritual powers being transformed into perfection to recompense tribulation upon those who has troubled us, man. All these nations of Psalms 83, and most importantly, Esau, Edom. All right? So yeah, man. That's it right there.
Yeah, that was beautiful right there, man. That's going on, and back you up even further on the statement you said, because you said you've been saying it a lot of times we're doing this lesson, they're making no account of our labors. But somebody has made account of our labors, the Lord of Lords, King of Kings made account of our labors. So this is Revelation 3:8. I know thy works. Behold, I've set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So these devils, they gonna know who Yahweh shall love. They gonna know it. They're gonna worship at our feet, and they're gonna beg for forgiveness at our feet. And we're gonna be able to do with them as we please. How we feel at that time. Are you, meant for slavery, or do I just want to go ahead and appease my wrath real quick? Because the Most High said I made spirits created for vengeance. So some brothers gonna go ahead and just rip Esau up to appease the wrath that he got, because he's angry with the wicked every day. So some brothers gonna go ahead and just rip into Esau, put Esau straight to death.
Straight to death.
That's what they deserve.
Straight to death. And that's gonna happen, and especially that's gonna happen in what? In 2nd Ezra 15. When one people shall stand against another with swords in their hands. Because there's going to be race wars, man. There's going to be race wars. All right. Once everything unfolds, these Joe Dirt 6-packs, six-pack drinkers are gonna be so filled with wrath and rage. What they're gonna take it out on who? On Jake. And Jake gonna bust back. Because you know how Jake is, man. Jake gonna bust back. Okay, so it's going to be race wars, man. It's gonna be a day of bloodshed. All right. However, when it comes to the men of the Lord, we're gonna be what? We're gonna be in that secret place of the Most High. See, this is why we have the names of the Lord. And this is why it's important to have the name of the Lord, man. It's that strong tower. And when you think about a tower, like the times in the medieval days, when they had those high towers, you see the archers, they would shoot arrows. But the tower was so reinforced that when they shoot the arrows, the archers can hide and they won't get hit. So they were standing the darts of the enemy. Okay? This is why the men of the Lord are going to be preserved and raised up into those chariots, man. The
Lord's name is a strong tower.
The strong tower, God.
Those that run into it are safe. And like I said, you can see a clear illustration of that when you watch the Lord of the Rings movies. When they was trying to siege them castles, like I said, the archers in the castles raining down, man. They had to come, a special way to get past the archers. To breach the castle. And see, Yahweh he can't be breached. When you in that tower, you can't be touched, man, at all. And that's what Esau afraid of. Like, if they get in that tower, I can't touch him no more. Now he's covered.
Yep.
Now, hey, what they said in that song, I lost one, you lost one.
You lost one.
You got
You
away.
just lost one. Yep.
There's
Yep. But
nothing I
see,
can do. He got away. Now I got to make sure don't no more go into it. It's too many in there now. I got to make sure the ones that's not in there don't get in there because it's getting packed. The house is becoming filled. The Lord's house is filled, man. We all hollering, putting up these spiritual sacrifices out on the highway and hedges. Is getting filled up, and that this devil is getting louder and louder. That name, how Bashar Shah, is getting heard louder and louder. And his spirit's getting stronger. Like it's engulfing this devil, which it's going to scriptures. He said, the word, my mouth should consume, the spirit of my mouth should consume them.
like
Lucifer paraphrasing.
Consume like a fire.
Yes, Khan. And it's like a fire. You watch a lot of Edomites, man. They watch the Leslie brothers on the highway and hedges, man. They be squirming and it bothers them. It's like acid. You can tell it burns. They don't like that word. I see it a lot with me and Akim on the highway and hedges, man. Esau walk past us real quick like. They don't like it. And then some try to challenge it. We used to get heckled a lot. Since Gashan has joined us, now they're confounded. Because now you can't label us Black Hebrew Israelites.
Yep. They're like, what's going on? Because they don't understand that speckled bird, man.
They don't get it. So now they look and they just be confused. And I'm like, man, the Lord out here putting them gloves on. And he beating these people into submission. Now Esau can't say nothing. Now Esau just have to walk across looking stupid. There's nothing you can say now. The word going out. Hey, people, they can get it. Come on in. But hey, like you say, a lot of 2/3, man. A lot of people about to just get it. It was own nation. A lot of Jakes walk past us, don't care to listen, especially women, because women don't have. A lot of women don't have that faith like that. Only a few do. They got to see it to believe it, like Esau. 2/3, they got to see it to believe it. So the Most High gonna make everybody believers. Like when that standard get lifted, we change that twinkling of an eye, and then you see it. Everybody's gonna be a believer. Then it's gonna be undeniable. Ain't gonna be denying it. Well, I don't know, and now y'all just saying y'all ain't nothing but niggas. And they ain't gonna dare call us a nigga no more when that spiritual standard get lifted. You ain't gonna hear that no more. They ain't gonna say no speak, no savage,
nothing,
none of that. Ain't coming. It's gonna be yes'em.
Yep.
How can I please you, Lord? They're gonna call us lords again.
Yep.
So man, it's a beautiful thing what Yahweh Shah is doing. You can see it's a process. It's definitely a process. And he's backing us up. Everything we've been proclaiming and telling to everybody is being fulfilled slowly but surely. And now, like I say, like the scripture you brought up earlier, now that we're in the end days, it's like it's speeding up. That's why the devil's fear is kicking in. Like, damn, I thought I had some time, but look like I ain't got no time.
Yep, so, they ain't got no time, man.
Rambling and scrambling, trying to pack their clothes real quick, get supplies.
Yep. That doomsday prepping, man. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful too. That's beautiful because two things popped in my head to the spirit, man. Because we talked about the tower of the Lord, right? And how the tower of the Lord, is that reinforced tower that provides protection for the Lord's elect. And when you think about a tower, it stands straight up in the air, right? But then, while all this is coming out, while all the truth is coming out, and Esau Edom is shaking in his boots, when he's going to seek his own protection, the carnal way. And when you brought up how these guys are like doomsday prepping to go into bunkers, right? But they won't escape the men of the Lord because it tells you in the book of Amos. I got to get that. The 9th chapter. That's the spirit. This is Amos 9:2, and it says, though they dig into hell, right? Those underground bunkers, then shall mine hand, which are going to be the men of the Lord, take them, though they climb up to heaven, right? Now, they have plenty of movies like Lost in Space and all these other space movies where they're trying to what? They're trying to live up there in space, man, trying to find different planets to live. And it says, though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, right, the mountains, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, and that brought me to the underground, the deep underground ocean hotels they got, like for the billionaires.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it says, and though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, This will I command the serpent, and he will bite them, man. So hey, you can't go anywhere, Esau. It does. Once you see the man of the Lord and you try to escape, you can't go anywhere. Yahweh Bashem Shai's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man, beholding the both good and the evil. What makes you think you can escape the Lord? What makes you think you can escape the Lord's wrath, man? See, this is the foolish mentality of Esau Edom. He has no wisdom or knowledge of how Yahweh Bashem Shai works. You know? This is why he's building a space force, because he thinks that his carnal armory is going to come up against the Lord in his chariots. You know, Yahweh Bashem Shai, it says in Proverbs that the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. So the Lord is going to control all these other nations, right? Especially Esau, Edom, to come together and fight with Michael the archangel and with Yahweh Shai in the chariots. But they're gonna get destroyed completely, demolished, man. Their names will be blotted out, man. It's gonna be a time where our children's gonna be like, yo, what happened to Esau, man? There's no Edomites. We hear about them, but where the hell are they? Like, yo, they gone.
They're gonna be in a museum, a wax museum. You know what I'm saying? We go point and say that dude right there, man, he shook kingdoms. They like, what? That man right there, you know? I heard about that. Like, yeah, no, I can't believe it, man. They look pale. No, Grandpa. You know, like, yeah, we had to, and I had to work. They like, you had to work? What? For them devils? Man, it's gonna be like, that's gonna be a glorious time, Mark. Glorious time, like you said too. They got the space stations where they're trying to live at. That's not gonna work. You know, it said, like you said earlier, the men of the Lord gonna be able to fly. Like Superman, gonna fly up there. Hey, bring that sucker right to the ground. Or a chariot gonna shoot it out. You know, bring it to the ground. Then they call them, this is how you know Esau is dumb, because an acronym for their military bunkers is dumb. Deep underground military bases called dumb. To show you dumb. We're gonna dig you right out that hole and tell you, guess what?
Oh, man.
Get ready for slavery. We rule now. You know, you gotta work now. You know, we know who you are. Probably gonna have like public flogging where you just go over and whip Esau, you know, till you feel better. You know, we could probably have carnival set up. Like what was that? They used to have that Brooklyn Dodgers where they used to put our babies in little things to throw the ball at.
Oh, hit the Negro baby.
Yeah, that's gonna be hit the Edomite baby. You know. And look, Jay gonna have that power, man. Jay gonna like King David, so that ball coming hard. So hey, that's how I know the 1,000 years is gonna be none remaining of the house of Esau, because we're gonna genocide them. They're trying to genocide us. When we get the kingdom, we're going to genocide them. And it's going to be a natural genocide. We're going to be doing what, comes natural to us, and we're going to be putting them to death. Point blank, period. You know?
It's the truth. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, man. Thus saith the Lord. He told us to pay unto her double, man. Pay her unto her double, man, that she will continue to drink from the cup of indignation, man.
God. Public lynchings. We're gonna have that. Man. Public lynchings are gonna be going on. You know. Probably had little games and fun little festivities. You know, have Esau fight each other to death. You know,
throw a piece of bread in there and watch them fight. Because they did that. Yo, they did that to us. Didn't they call that what's Mandingo? That Mandingo fighting league they used to have back in the slave
That's
time.
How boxing got started. Boxing started like that, man. It was like cockfight. You had Jake fight to the death for their entertainment. It turned into boxing. We're gonna do that to them. You know? So like in double, you know, like you said, we might have them like in a tank filling up with water. Like y'all gotta help them beat each other up. We're gonna fill the tank with water and watch it drown. You know, so we got to be creative. You know, because we got to do double to them. So we're going to have the time, because we ain't got time in this kingdom. In our kingdom, we're going to have time to sit back and think about, what to do to them. How we going to treat them. You know, the heathen's going to turn. They already turn on them now. The heathen's going to be like him, going to be like a house nigga. Like, you know, I suppose we do this with Esau, you know.
I think we can do this to him.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, because really, you look at a kingdom, that's our inheritance. Is going to be the other heathen nations.
Yep.
So
Had the heathen for
Esau gonna be
inheritance.
done away with, and the other heathens gonna take their place. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll always have a servitude, workforce.
Come.
That's gonna be
Yep.
there, and ain't nobody gonna dare go against us because of what? Brothers gonna have that power.
Your spiritual
Part with that
powers.
144,000, the
Mm-hmm.
elect, man, they're gonna have godlike power.
Yep.
When you see that, they're gonna be ruling,
Mm-hmm.
judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Nobody's gonna question our authority at all.
Come. Yep.
They're gonna be too terrified. They're gonna be looking to please us.
Mm-hmm.
I got this for y'all, Sharala. With that do, I got this tightening. With that do,
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I take off this and clean my feet before I come in the royal palace. Things
Exactly.
of that nature.
Keep that foot. Yeah, coming to the house of the Lord. Come, man. Yep.
All right.
But yeah, I got so. You got any closeout precepts?
Any close out? Let's see. I got a lot. I probably do a whole nother lesson with the ones I got. Cause I had a lot. I said, I know you say, we be here all day with that.
Oh man,
Talk about, because that's my favorite subject, man. Talk
spiritual
about
powers, man.
power.
I can talk about that all the time, man.
Oh, okay. I got to close.
Come
Because we
on.
talked about how we're gonna put heavy hell on these damn devils.
Uh-huh.
This gonna come out. I'm gonna leave with this. This is Ezekiel 25:14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they should do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they should know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Woo!
Oh, Yahweh. So, Yahweh gonna spoil them. We gonna lay on that vengeance. Salakia, he gonna destroy them, and we're going to spoil them.
Spoil them. Yep.
So we're gonna be able to get that vengeance. That
Yep.
justice, that recompense, that payback from way back is coming. All we got to do is be patient. According to Revelation 13:10, and he said we should do, according to his anger. And the Lord, he said he hate Esau. So hey, when he let us loose out these fleshly bodies, which are our cages, and give us our glorious bodies, and we get to get loose. Hey, you're not gonna want to be an Edomite in that day.
No, that's beautiful.
That's a good thing to be Edomite in this wicked kingdom. When our kingdom come, you are not going to want to be an Edomite in that day. Ain't nobody gonna want to be one of them. Because hey, like I said early, it ain't gonna be nothing nice we're gonna do to these devils once we got them. Because we ain't forgot what they did. The Most High is stirring up our remembrance. Like I said, we went to a little history this earlier talking on the lesson. Went to a little history. We're gonna remember that. We're gonna get creative. Like Apostle Ramla said, we're gonna meditate terror on the heathen. Meditate that terror. And it's gonna be in righteousness. Like the Most High, he gonna green like that to shed their blood according to the law. That's the law. Numbers 35 and 33. We gotta shed your blood. You shed my ancestors' blood, I gotta shed your blood. So this thing is gonna get real, bloody. It's gonna get real bad for Esau. That's why Esau is nervous and scared now, because they know what's coming. And they just know a little bit. Hey, we're gonna probably set up things like the Saw movies, having them kind of contraptions, torturing them. Like Apostle Ramla said, he's gonna be sticking them with certain stuff to see how they react.
Right.
God. You have some bleach works in your system. Let me experiment on your butt. Like I said, doing them like ants. We put a magnifying glass with the sun and see,
burn them. Come out looking like Hellboy.
Burn them up. See how last he can learn if I burn them. Throw him in this water with a rock attached to him. See if he can swim up.
God, man. But I'm gonna end it off with Joel, because he was talking about how when we receive the glorious bodies, and what we're going to be doing when we have the glorious bodies, and how we're going to come after Esau. So the Spirit brought me to Joel, the 2nd chapter, and I saw that verse 4, and it says, the appearance of them, right, which are the mighty men of the Lord, the 144,000, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. So this is representation of a very powerful appearance, intimidating. Verse 5 says, Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as the strong people set in battle array. It says, before their face, the people shall be much pain. Going back to what? Going back to Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. All right? They're going to be astonished and amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. Okay? And it says, where is it? Salaki, it says, before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk on every side in his path. This is talking about basically military formation, because the Lord is what? He's the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies. The Lord, in the book of Exodus, it says what? That Yahweh is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Okay, and it says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. So what does that tell you there? We're gonna be invincible. They're gonna try to shoot at us. They're gonna try to slash us. Guess what? It ain't gonna bother us. It tells you right there. And it says, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Okay, so this is basically an illustration, if you can visualize it in your mind, of how the men of the Lord, when they receive those incorruptible bodies, when they're changed in the twinkling of an eye, when they're placed back on the land, to what? To go and to do what it talked about in Amos, the 9th chapter. All right? We're pulling out the heathen from the bunkers, jumping up in the air, flying, pulling them out of the skies, so on and so forth. We're going to have God-like power, angel-like power. And our countenance it's going to be very intimidating and very powerful. As it says in what? In verse 4, it says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. So when people talk about horses, when you think about horses, you think of what? Horsepower. Okay? Wow. That means power, vigor. All right? We're going to be men of valor. All right? No. Executing the judgment on Esau, Edom, and the other nations, spoken of in Psalms 83. All right? Because we know that what? It is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation upon those that trouble us, man. And this is the revenge, and this is the Lord's indignation, righteous indignation, that he's going to what? Use us to impose upon the heathen. So yeah, just want to end that there, man. Just want to end that there. So I pray, hey, I pray you Akim and what Aquathian was edifying. Hey, keep your head up, man. Keep believing in the Lord. Especially you Akim out there, man. You see, Esau, Edom won't make account of your labors. But guess what? The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is not unrighteous to forget your labors of love. He sees you on the highways and hedges. He sees you making videos. He sees you on brothers' comments boards. Contributing to the ministry. He sees you fasting and praying, so on and so forth. So just keep pushing further, man. Because, hey, we got to make our calling and election sure. All right? And when we get beamed up in those chariots, it's going to be a time like never before, man. We're going to be in such array of joy and happiness, man. And this is what we're searching for. This is why we're seeking our old salvation with fear and trembling. So we can be chosen and, hey, have those spiritual bodies and exact vengeance upon our enemies. All right?
First fruits.
First fruits, man. First fruits. So first and foremost, again, give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Barakah, peace and blessings to the hopeful and the elect, the Akim wa Akwathiam, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that's been teaching us his truth. Much respect to the Gabarium out there in the highways and hedges, bidding Yashra to the marriage, and to those Gabarium making his edification to make it the lost sheep. And last but not least, salutations to the whole family elect scattered abroad, to be unto the speckled birds, says the book of Jeremiah. Hey, in the twinkling of an eye, we shall be changed. Shalom.
Shalom, Kwame Asharala.
Yashala, and a Bible ball.
Detail Baba soon,
Bible
baby.
ball. Soon.